It's Ash from Super Videos back for another Dead Talk series. This is Q&A Dead Talk series number 221. We are starting this stream an hour earlier than usual. It doesn't mean we're gonna end earlier. We're gonna probably do like an hour and a half, 2 hour session, but I just decided to do it a little bit earlier. But with that said, let's dive right into the questions. There isn't anyone on the chat right now. Animated Alex is the only one. He says sup fan. I think that's he's saying zombie fan. I think that's what he means. How are you, Animated Alex? Glad you could join. And let me know as always if there's any issues with the stream, audio, video, lag, anything like that. Let me know. But with that, we'll just give people a few minutes to join here and we'll dive into the questions. Giuseppe De Rosa, yo Ash, how are you, Giuseppe? Glad you could join. Let's see how many people we can get in this time. Last session, I think there was like 8 or 9 people on. Or was it last session? I think so. So the more people we have, the better the conversations and the questions, and the more entertaining, obviously. Animated Alex, Rick, and Michonne weren't Judith's biological parents. No, they were not. Lori and Shane were. But who's keeping count? Who's keeping track of that? Animated Alex, that's weird if you think about it. Yeah, I mean, it's weird that Rick has really no family left, like no real family left. No one biological, like none of his biological family members are alive anymore. So it's crazy if you think about. But in a way, Michonne, Judith, Daryl, everyone else, they're his family. It's just that they're not his biological family. But yeah, it's crazy. Animated Alex, Gracie kills Beta. Just kidding. LOL. Oh, Gracie, the ex-Savior's, not ex, I mean the Savior's baby that Aaron and Rick found, right? Or Rick found and Aaron raised her. I think that's Gracie, I think so. But yeah, no, Gracie's not gonna kill Beta. You know what I want to see though? Like not now obviously, but in the future, like when there's a massive time jump, possibly like timeline wise when we get to the final issue of the comics, I want like a Gracie, Judith, Coco kind of like group, kids that grew up in the apocalypse. I want to see like a thing with them. That would be super interesting. Giuseppe De Rosa, Ash, what part of Canada are you in? I am in the west, not the west, but westish. I don't know if you know the provinces, but Alberta, that's where I am. A city called Calgary. Stephen Ogg is actually from here. Stephen Ogg, Simon from Walking Dead, Trevor from GTA. This is where he was born or raised or whatever. So that's like one Walking Dead reference that I can think of to say where I'm from. Anyway, Animated Alex, also I just realized they have a baby Savior and a baby Whisperer. Yes, that would be awesome to see Gracie and Adam, I think that was his name, and Adam together. Like a scene between them. That would be super dope. Giuseppe De Rosa, oh, that's cool, Ash, because I'm on the west part of the US. I'm in Seattle. Oh, yeah, Seattle. We're pretty close, I would say. I've been to Seattle. Like, we took a road trip to Seattle a couple years ago. Let me see, how long does it take from here? I think it was like a good, like, maybe a day. Let me just check. Yeah, 12-hour drive. We did it like in two separate, like two separate trips. One trip we got like halfway or something, and then the next trip we got to Seattle. Anyway, Animated Alex, I'm just in California. How boring? It's not boring. Cali is pretty cool. I don't know if there's any like people from Canada who watch the channel. There probably is, but none that's as active as you guys, who shows up to the chat and like they follow the content that we have. Giuseppe Rosa, how is Rick Jr. going to be like when he grows up? Rick Jr. I just hit the table. Sorry. When Rick Jr. grows up, I think he'll have a lot of Michonne in him. Because, like, he never met Rick. So I don't think that, yeah, people tell him about Rick, but I think he'll probably have a lot of Michonne in him because Michonne raised him, kind of thing. But he'll probably have some glimpses of badass Rick in him. Something like that. That'll be super cool to see in the future. Animated Alex, Beta sure is one kind of walker. Wait, sure is on kind of walker drug. He thinks the walkers can talk. Yeah, we saw him hallucinate again in the opening. Yeah, absolutely. And depending on where they go with the story, they could do something where they bring in flashbacks of him performing in concert as a rock star and having that blend in with how he hears walkers and how the walkers, the herd, is his fan base kind of thing. So they could do something very clever with that if they end up, or if they decide to do something with that. Giuseppe De Rosa, I'm from Miami, but I'm in Seattle. Yeah, I remember you said you're from Miami. But yeah. Have I been? No, I haven't been to Miami. I want to. I want to go. Here's the thing. The only thing I can think, or the only thing, and this is probably a bias thing, but the only thing from Miami that comes to my head is beaches. So you being from there, let me know what's interesting and fun to do in Miami, or Miami, whatever. I don't know how you pronounce that name. But what is there to do there other than go to the beach? Because I'm not a beach person. So let me know. You probably have a lot of insight knowledge about that. Giuseppe, can the Walking Dead end in the movies? It can, but I don't think that's what they're doing. I mean, if it's gonna end in the movies, they're gonna have to end everyone's story for the TV show, or switch them over to the movie so their story can end there. And I don't think they have that in mind. I don't think that's what they're planning to do. Giuseppe, what are the extra 6 episodes even going to be about? We don't know. I'm anticipating or expecting them to be side stories, like flashback kind of things. For example, the Here's Negan can be one of those episodes. They could take it take it where it's Maggie. We learn about what she's been up to. They could have it so that it's Daryl during the time jump that we had after Rick disappeared. They could have it so that it's maybe a little bit of Michonne again. They could do a lot of things with it. What I know for sure is that this story is not going to be connected to season 11. Like whatever it is, it's going to be standalone. The story is not going to overlap with the story in season 11. So it's not like it's just season 11, but it's coming in season 10. It's not like that. Season 11 has its own content, has its own story. So they're separate, as far as I know. As far as what Angela Kang kind of made it out to be. Animated Alex, I hope Princess and Negan get a scene together. Yeah, they didn't get a scene in the comics, so yeah, that would be super cool to see. They're both, I don't want to say charismatic, but they both have this personality to them. They're talkative and all of that, so it'll be interesting to see them in a scene together and them interact. So that would be super interesting. Giuseppe De Rosa, David Morrissey said he wants to return as the governor. That's not gonna happen unless it's a flashback or a like a governor story. The governor books that got released, I haven't read it yet, but they could do those stories, like his past, his origin, in these episodes, these additional extra episodes if they want. But he's not coming back to the story, obviously, because he's dead. Animated Alex, what if Gimple comes back to write the show? LOL, bad movie AMC. Or bad move AMC. I mean, why would he want to? I'm sure that he's getting paid more being the chief content creator, I think. He oversees everything. He has a lot more power. He doesn't run the shows anymore necessarily, but he has a lot of power, and if he feels like something shouldn't happen in the show because he wants to do it in the movie, I'm sure he has a lot of, what do you call it? Like he could change things. He could tell Angela Kang, I'm going to do this in the movie, don't do it in the show. And she'll have to listen, pretty much. So he has more power. He's getting paid more. So why would he come back? You know what I mean? He doesn't necessarily like write the TV show anymore, but he influences it a lot, I feel. Zach Dixon, TWD. Have you noticed the helicopter pad on the hospital in season 10 finale? I didn't pay attention, but I mean, it's a hospital, so it makes sense for there to be a helicopter pad. I don't think it means anything. I don't think it's connected to the movie or anything. But yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't pay attention, honestly. Animated Alex, The Walking Dead should end with every dead character coming back to life. Just kidding. Yeah, and they could call it The Dead Return. That should be a movie, The Dead Return. But yeah. Animated Alex, that means season 10 has 22 episodes. Pretty much. Giuseppe, yeah, Miami is mostly just beaches. Other than that, there's usually a lot of parties going down in downtown. Yeah, like you just go to party and go to the beaches. That's all it is, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like that's all there's to do there. And plus, right now, it's not the best situation to go there. Like not just Miami, but anywhere. Like traveling these days, it's very, very I don't want to say risky, but it's a little risky, obviously, but it's overwhelming because you overthink everything. Animated Alex, Negan has his winning personality. What do you mean by that? Winning personality? Like he always wants to win? I don't know. I mean, he definitely likes to be in control, like to have control, but I don't think it's necessarily that he likes winning. Maybe a little bit of that, but not to the extent where he has like a winning personality. I wouldn't say that. Animated Alex, what if Morgan ends up dying? On Fear, at this point, it's so in your face that he's dead that he's probably not. Giuseppe, Scott Gimple is basically in charge of the Walking Dead TV universe. Pretty much. Not just the TV universe, but any non-comic. Like comics, Robert Kirkman, he owns it all. But as far as the TV movie universe goes, yes, he owns everything pretty much. Animated Alex, could we ever have a big World War type scenario bigger than the Savior's War? Maybe once we get to the Commonwealth story. There was a little bit of that, or a tease about that, so maybe they're gonna expand that and have that be that type of scenario or that type of story, but not like an actual world war. That I don't think they're ever gonna be. All right, so we should be back. I hope there's no more lag. All right, let me jump back into the questions. Animated Alex, I forgot to mention in creative or stolen video. Yeah, that one. You made the Ellie and Rick killed Gareth and David in a most brutal way. Yeah, that was definitely one as well. I forgot that. The other thing that I could include it is like when we have the what do you call it? The Rick letting Negan go and Ellie letting Abby go. Like there is a flashback that happens in both cases. Like they're about to kill them, flashback, they change their mind. Both had that. In The Walking Dead, Rick had a flashback of Carl as a kid. Remember, he was wearing the uniform. He was walking with Carl. Same with Abby and Ellie. Ellie had that flashback with seeing Joel play the guitar or with the guitar or whatever. So that was also another thing that I could have included. Giuseppe De Rosa, what if Keanu, there we go, Keanu Reeves was in The Walking Dead? I have a better one for you. What if John Wick was on The Walking Dead? That would have been super cool. Animated Alex, Negan says winning personality to Daryl. I don't remember that. Maybe I'm just forgetting. Giuseppe De Rosa, we need more fresh characters. Absolutely. We need characters that are not comic characters right now. I feel like... When was the last time we got an iconic comic character? Or not comic character, iconic non-comic character. When was the last time? I feel like it's time to bring a non-comic character that's going to become an iconic character. I think we need that. Maybe this person with the mask, with the iron mask, maybe they are going to become that. Hopefully they do. But I think that's what we need as fans to see on The Walking Dead. Animated Alex, do you like Michonne's last episode? I didn't mind it. It was a little underwhelming. It could have been better. Too much flashbacks, I think. Not a lot of substance, I feel. And compared to Rick exit, it was nowhere as close as good. But I didn't mind it. I hope I'm still on. I just lost my internet for a sec. I don't know if I'm still on. I hope I'm on. I lost my internet connection for a sec. I think I'm good. Let me know if you can hear me. Where was I? Giuseppe Dorza, John Wick looks at Negan, holy shit, you're a badass. Laugh my ass off. Yeah. I mean, Beta's got nothing on John Wick. If John Wick shows up, Beta's gonna just run away. Cry and run away. Animated Alex, do you think our characters will ever forgive Negan? Forgive is a strong word. Learn to live with, I think so. But forgive, I don't think. I don't think they'll be able to forgive ever. Giuseppe, the stream is having issues. Yeah, so we are getting lag. Let me restart the stream again. Hopefully that's better. Today there's been a lot of lag. I don't know why. On my internet connection. And I literally just got home right before I started the stream. So I don't know if it was like this all day long, but it was definitely laggy when I started. Animated Alex, I hate to say it, Beth had a better send off than Joel. Yeah. I would entertain that idea. Not idea. I would entertain that comment. I think there's some truth to it. Not completely accurate, but I see where you're coming from. Giuseppe De Rosa, when are you going to play the Walking Dead games again? Yeah, I talked about this before, but I don't know if I want to. There's several reasons, but if there's enough people interested, then we might get that back, and maybe twice a month or something we'll play a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna do it every week like I used to, every week. But if there's enough people interested, we might start it up again. But the thing is, I lost all the data on my PS4 for that because I had to open up room for Last of Us. So I don't know how it's gonna work because for that particular type of game, if there's no data, if there's no previous history, how is it gonna work? Am I just gonna have to play from the beginning? I don't think I'm going to do that. But am I gonna have to be content with whatever story they give me? So yeah, it's a little tricky for that. Especially because of these connections to your decisions. If it was, for example, The Last of Us, I could just start it from wherever, I could do whatever because the story is the same. I know what happened. But for this, because the story is so it would be so different based on your decisions. Not so different, but because it impacts the story, I don't know if it makes sense for me to just play from the middle and just choose a story. Animated Alex, how long will you keep doing videos for? I don't know. I mean, as far as doing videos like this, it's probably not gonna stay like this forever. At some point, I'm probably gonna reinvent the channel. But for now, we're gonna continue, probably. For the short term, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna keep going. But as far as, let's say, 5 years from now, the channel content will probably be much different, but it's just gonna be another phase. So for now, we're gonna keep doing what we've been doing so far. Animated Alex, Rick, Joel, and Lee were in the apocalypse. They would be kings. Yeah. Rick, Joel, and Lee. Yeah. And I would throw in Negan and Daryl there. Just cause. Just why not? Um, Animated Alex, don't stop doing your streams though. The streams are probably gonna stay, but it'll probably not be Walking Dead Q&A. It might just be a different type of stream. But we're gonna continue streams for sure. Here's the thing. Last few weeks, especially, there's been a lot of, or a lot less interest in Walking Dead videos. Like, it used to be high. Well, after we had that, so after episode 15, when we didn't get episode 16, like from that, like a few weeks after that, maybe even a month after that, or a month and a half after that, Walking Dead was still doing good, like content Walking Dead related on the channel. But it just went down. And it's still down. Like, there's not a lot of interest in the videos I'm posting Walking Dead related. Even non-Walking Dead content I'm putting, like the reactions. Breaking Bad is doing good. It's okay, like the reactions. The Stranger Things reactions are not that high, or the interest in them, the views. And anything Last of Us related I've done has been low. So I'm probably not going to do any more Last of Us videos on the channel. So I'm kind of thinking what other content I could do on the channel that's not Walking Dead. I mean, there's so much I can do in terms of Breaking Bad, because I can only do the reactions. Because it's been out for so long, it doesn't make sense for me to like talk about it, because no one really cares, honestly. It's just people want to see reactions. As far as new shows, I mean, I feel like it'll be the same thing, because we did that with Mandalorian. It was not that good, like not a lot of interest. Same thing with Stranger Things, I'm feeling. And I feel like maybe I don't want to change this channel into a reaction channel. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to just do reactions. So I want to stay away from that. But as far as content, I mean, I don't know what other content I could put on the channel right now. But ideas are always welcome. So let me know if you feel like I should jump on something. I'm going to consider it. Reaction wise, it depends. I don't want to just do reaction videos. I don't want to turn the channel into that. Animated Alex, you should start a podcast, LOL. Well, the Dead Talk series is kind of like a podcast. But yeah, I could make it official, like an official podcast. That's not just Walking Dead. Like, it's a podcast where we can talk about anything. Entertainment, movies, TV, anything like that, sports. So yeah, that might be something we do every month, like a podcast, like a 2-hour podcast every month, where it's kind of like general. It's anything, like sports, TV, movies, anything. But then again, I feel like the audience is going to be the same as this. So how different is that really going to be than our live stream Q&As? You know what I mean? There has to be like a framework. And there has to be people interested in that framework. More people interested in that framework, so that it doesn't turn into another like Q&A session. Because then if it's another Q&A session, then we can just stick with this one. You know what I mean? Animated Alex, whatever happens, we will be here. Ash, thank you, man. Yeah, I appreciate the support. There's been a lot of you guys that been on the like supporting the channel, and you've been showing up. You've been holding it down, so I do appreciate it. Animated Alex, Giuseppe De Rosa, obviously. There's been others as well. But let me think. Epic Zombie Killer, I remember he's been holding it down. Who else? King Ken. Who else? yeah, as far as like live streams go, those are the names that come up. But there's probably tons more that I'm forgetting. But it's just that I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I don't know. It would be better if we get more engagement, definitely. Like more people, more questions, more discussions. It's always gonna make it more interesting and exciting and entertaining, obviously. But yeah, I appreciate the support to those of you that have been, sticking by the channel and you've been holding it down. You've been here, so I appreciate it. Animated Alex, which community got the best upgrade during the time jump? I want to say Hilltop. Yeah, I want to say Hilltop. Which time jump? The season 9 time jump? Like the premiere of season 9 time jump, or after Rick's exit time jump? If you're talking about after Rick's exit, it's probably going to be Alexandria. But if we are talking about after the first time jump, the season or the All Out War time jump, then probably Hilltop. Animated Alex says after the Rick's exit, yeah, I think Alexandria, because Hilltop kind of lost their leader. So Jesus and Tara were kind of leading them, but it was a little all over the place a little bit. Kingdom was doing good, but at the same time, they didn't grow any bigger. They're the same community, same size. Alexandria, though, they did rebuild a little bit. They did grow a little bit. So yeah, I would say Alexandria. All right, let me do a poll. So I have two videos I want to do for Walking Dead in the next day or two. I want to know which one you guys want me to do. Which has more interest. One is related to something Scott Gimple talked about that has to do with Rick in the movies and the fact that Scott Gimple compared that to Logan and the Logan movie. That's one video that I'm gonna do. The other is about the time jump from the final issue of the Walking Dead comics and how they can make that work, and how Judith is going to take Carl's part in that, how they're going to make that work, or me speculating how they're going to make that work and how they can expand on that. It may be a little too early, but I have some ideas I want to throw out there ahead of time. So these are the two video ideas I have. Which do you want to see? So you people who are on the chat get the I don't want to say privilege, but you guys get the opportunity to share your thoughts and to say which one you want to see. Animated Alex sucks. Some characters will die not knowing Rick was still alive. Yeah. Like there's tons of characters right now that haven't met Rick. They don't know about Rick. Magnus group. So yeah, it's crazy, but at the same time, if there's ever a time Rick comes back, it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with people that he hasn't met before. People who others trust and care about and know, Rick doesn't. So that's going to be an interesting type of story if at any point Rick returns to the show. Which is a big question mark still. Animated Alex, do you think Rick comes back? He will forgive Negan? I think Rick, same as Maggie, they wouldn't be down with Negan roaming free, but they wouldn't forgive him, but they would be okay with throwing him back into the cell, letting him stay there. But after they get caught up on what Negan's been doing, they may be okay with him not roaming around, but getting some freedom, some level of freedom. Animated Alex, what if Henry was still alive? Him and Lydia would have been together, and he could have taken Carl's comic arc. Maybe. But I don't think it would have changed too much else. The Whispers, I feel like, would still have sooner or later attacked. And sooner or later there would have been conflict between these two. Like a big conflict, like we see in the Whisper War. So I don't think much of the story would have been too different, but the only difference would have been Lydia and Henry would be together, and Henry might have been able to get some of Carl's comic arc. Alright, so the questions are dying down a little bit. We've been going for 40 minutes. We're probably going to go for another 10 minutes or so, and that'll be the end of the stream. No one told me which video they would prefer, so I'll just pick one, and that'll be coming tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be doing any videos tonight, but tomorrow, probably that Walking Dead video. Other than those two videos that I just mentioned, what else do I have coming up? Let me just check. Let me check what else do I have coming up after those two videos. There was another Last of Us video that I was gonna do. It had to do with the HBO series for the Last of Us. Some speculation about how that's gonna be structured. That might not be coming now. There's no need. It's way too early for it. So I'll just probably save that till later. Other than that, nothing else is really planned unless there's news or anything like that. But we're just going to keep doing our reactions. Stranger Things, Breaking Bad. I wanted to, once Stranger Things reaction was done for season 3, I was going to just jump on a new show. But I changed my mind. I'm probably going to do more Breaking Bad. Right now we're doing 1 episode reaction for Breaking Bad a week. We're probably going to do two a week. So I'm probably going to do that. And then when Walking Dead returns, we're still going to get 2 episodes of Breaking Bad a week, but we'll just have our Walking Dead stuff as well. I'm probably not going to do as much Walking Dead content. Like the Walking Dead schedule will be a little different because obviously it's going to be just 1 episode of Walking Dead and World Beyond and Breaking Bad and so on. So I'm probably going to continue reactions with World Beyond and breakdowns for the trailers. I'm probably not going to do predictions, but maybe we'll take a look at the pictures. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. Fear the Walking Dead, I still don't know if I want to do it. I mean, especially now that it's back to back with World Beyond. I don't even know if I want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to binge it, like I said. Wait 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something, and then start watching and reacting. Something like that. Not going to break down the trailers or anything like that, so none of that. But yeah, that's probably gonna be what I'm gonna do. So once Walking Dead starts or ends, one episode, right? So I'm gonna just react to that episode, obviously, and do a review at the end of the reaction, like always. And then I'm gonna do two reactions of Breaking Bad a week, but also the World Beyond reactions and the breakdowns for the trailers, and also taking a look at the pictures and maybe the predictions for each episode, maybe. But nothing Fear the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead, probably I'll wait like 4 or 5 weeks and then start watching and reacting. That's pretty much gonna be it for Fear the Walking Dead. Animated Alex, I wish World Beyond was more seasons. It actually looks good. I think it may be good, but I have a feeling that we're expecting too much out of it. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I feel like we're expecting too much out of that show right now. Like we're gonna be let down based on our expectations of what we feel like they need to do or they want to do in that. Alright, so we are done with this stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for sticking around and asking questions. Holding it down, Animated Alex and Giuseppe. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you're watching this after we're live, make sure to press the like button if you enjoyed it. If you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe to join our community and press the bell button to receive notifications. Even if you are a subscriber and you've pressed the bell button before, double check, because there's a glitch on YouTube. It just undoes it. Like it's undoing things for you. So make sure to double check just to make sure the bell is still on and you're still subscribed. But yeah, with all of that, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys soon.